Sundar pokhrel, and good evening everyone. Today we are in project third of Toastmaster Shiv Sundar pokhrel, where we will be interviewing him and we'll be talking more on his profession and hobbies. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's start from your childhood. Where were you born, and tell us something more on your schooling.
Exactly, I was born in Palma, a very beautiful place. People also call it the Darjeeling of Nepal. And I did my schooling up to school level from Palma. Then after I went to Kathmandu for my higher study. Actually, those times were amazing. I still remember we missed Palpa many times, especially in these hot seasons. We always miss the Palpa and work in football.
Okay, we see that besides having so many options in Palpa, you moved to Kathmandu. So, what were the factors that attracted you to move to Kathmandu?
Exactly. There was option in Palpa too for higher study, not in Palpa, here in Puchol too. But because of the coincidence, and when I was in school, there was the Kathmandu was a dream city. I went to Kathmandu after completing my SLC when we friends used to gather in Sitalpati and talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to Kathmandu for +2. And that time I promised my fellow friends that I would top the entrance. I didn't know what was the entrance, bridge course, but I promised them, and that did happen accordingly.
Okay, we see that you have been moving a lot. In fact, after your undergraduation, you moved to India as well
Yeah.
for MBA. Could you please define MBA in your perspective?
Yeah, MBA is a course. It's a business administrative course. It's up to the university and up to your college how you take it is this. Some MBAs in Nepal that I found some of the below standard too, and some it depends about where you are doing the MBA. Actually, that was the Mahatma Gandhi scholarship. I got selected for the MBA program, and I fortunately enough to join this scholarship. Not only they funded it for education, they used to give me some pocket money too. That was a very wonderful session. And actually, everything I learned lots of the things in my undergraduation level too. That doesn't mean that I learned everything while I was doing MBA. But the MBA made me like a type of professional, more result-oriented, more practical, and more good communication.
Okay, we see that you said that MBA in Nepal were below standards.
I don't mean that. It depends upon the which institute you are doing. Some of the Kusum, some of the others are doing very great job. I have experience of teaching over there too. But some of them are defined MBA in like it's a very basic course. It's all about practical approach, how they take it.
Okay, we also came to know that after your MBA, you have lots of switching in your careers, you have lots of turnover. So, is this turnover good for you and for anyone else?
I've faced these questions many times because within 5 years I work in 11 organizations. Sometimes your strength gonna be your weakness. I was the gold medalist in India, and I used to work in India as a security analyzer. Because of that profile, the people used to call me to join their organizations, and I was very young, not this much of mature, so I decided quickly. My first job in Nepal is in CG, corporate house in Sanepa. That was the Skype interview. That was the age of Skype. We don't find Skype now. It is very popular. Then after I did lots of the jobs in Yeti Carpet, DAV, Kathmandu University, NMB Capital, and others too. And for a certain time period, the turnover is good in my point of view because it gives you the more level of clarity and the experience in the diverse field. Then after a certain time period, the more turnover might not be beneficial for your career.
Okay, you worked in capital market as a portfolio manager, and then now you are working as a banker in one of the government commercial bank. How do you see these two careers? Do you find anything interrelated with them? Yes, no, why?
Actually, there is no more interconnections between these two fields of my job. I was the portfolio manager. I used to manage the fund of the people when I was in NMB Capital. But now in the commercial bank, my job and duties are somehow changed. Right, I'm working as a retail banking more and the corporate banking less about, and doing the non-funded job too. So I didn't find the same career exposure and growth in two. So because of some people's when they are having something, say they want to change their taste. Actually, that happened in my case too. After doing the 5 years of portfolio manager job in LNP Capital, I wanted to change the taste. So I decided to join the government bank, and one of the reason is that more secure, more secure.
Yes, of course, like capital market, the knowledge that we gain from capital market about investment, they do help, somehow help in banking. We do agree in that. Now let's come to your hobbies. We find and hear that you have been so much into yoga, pranayam, and meditation. How did you dive into this career, into this profession?
Again, we need to remember that those NBA days. I was highly fascinated by the Sadhguru over there. I was highly influenced by his intellectual level, and I decided to took his training. That was the on-traveling training from Delhi to Mansouri to Simla. That was the 11 days whole long training program. Then after I realized that yes, yoga works, and we should not compromise our health and body. Then after other things comes as a secondary. That enticed me very much, and I joined the yoga. And currently I'm giving some yoga classes to young children.
Yes, of course. But then what we see usually is people come into yoga, go out of it. They again
No
start.
consistency.
Yeah, there is no consistency. They start meditating for some time and then they again switch into gym and aerobics. So, does, as you said, yoga works? Does it actually work? How?
It works. The what I am now is somehow the because of the yoga too. When I joined the yoga, the first thing what I find is self-discipline. I always do what I say I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to decided that I'm going to read 2 hours in evening after office and 2 hours in morning, and I'm implementing this. It's only because of the yoga. The self-discipline, self-actualizations, attention, mindfulness, this everything came from yoga. In my personal case, I couldn't take sure of your case, but it works. The people have no consistency. They want a result within the 3 days, 4 days. It doesn't happen. It's been 14 years I'm doing the yoga, and I'm getting the blood circulation knowing in 2 days. It takes time, but we don't have problem of consistency.
Well, that was wonderful insight on your personal and professional life, and we also came to know so much about yoga from you. Thank you so much, and best wishes.
Thank you so much for your time.